Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Otaku have been coming at you with another manga chapter review. Today I'll be reviewing the chapter 805 of One Piece, and this chapter was pretty long, but not a lot of stuff happened, but we got a lot of information. Anyway, the starts off with the cover story, the 500 million man arc, where they're distributing all the news crew is distributing all the new papers, so everybody's going to find out about Luffy's new bounty of 500 million, hence the name the 500 million man arc. So we'll get some good reaction out of that, hopefully over the next couple cover stories. And we got to see where we started off. Zoro was fighting Carrot, and he's like, I could have swore something electrocuted me. So that's making us have an assumption of the Mink tribe actually having some kind of electrical properties in their weapons, or maybe having some kind of electric powers. But I seriously doubt that. I think it's just like electric powers in their weapons. And basically, Wanda orders Carrot to jump up and check out, see if he can find out where the intruders are, and then she locates the intruders after jumping extremely high, and everybody's very impressed about how high she can jump. She jumps super freaking high. The minks can jump. You don't want to play ball against them, but anyhow, Usopp says, "What did you do with Nami?" And then Robin's joking about what they did to him. He's like, "Maybe they ate her. They are animals, cannibalism, stuff like that." And then Usopp's scared, like, "Don't tell me that. I don't want to be eaten." And Robin's just enjoying fucking with him every bit of time. And they're really making Robin into this like weird character that likes to mess with everybody over the time skip. And it's kind of funny, but it's kind of weird for Robin. Anyhow, basically after she spotted the invasion, they gave them potentially false direction to where their crew members lie, and they said, "Go right and you'll find your dead comrades." And Usopp's like, "Everybody's dead." And after that, Wendy and Carrot actually managed to get out of there and leave. And Carrot's noted saying that they'll be shocked. And he's Wanda also says the intruder was actually Luffy. She says, "Well, it doesn't matter if it was Luffy. Even if we helped him back in the big war arc, then we'll have no mercy on him because we can't have mercy on anybody that invades Zoe, which even though they weren't invading, they were just trespassing." And Robin states that well, at least they weren't made into food because their bodies are over there. And then Usopp's tripping out again. Robin's still messing with Usopp, and Zoro comments, "Sanji wouldn't be that easy to defeat." So I'm pretty sure he didn't let anything happen there. And then he said, "A law, don't isn't Bepo part of the Mink tribe, or isn't Bepo some used to didn't he used to live here?" He said, "Well, Bepo doesn't have many memories left of here because he left early with me about 10 years ago." And then they all start to head to the town, and we get to see what Luffy's doing. Luffy's actually fighting Roddy, one of the Mink tribe, and tries to use the Gum Gum Hammer, and he's like, Bepo's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, stop, I know this guy, stop, don't hurt him." And he's like, "I can't help it, it's an intruder, we have to take him out." And after that, he uses his Blackjack, one of the new characters, uses his Gene Bart Irk, whatever the translation means, I'm not sure. But he attacks the slave guy from the Heart Pirates, after the whole thing where Luffy punched the Celestial Dragon and he actually got to join the Heart Pirates. Well, anyway, he's not as powerful as them, and the other law crewmate says, "We're no match for these guys. We can't really do anything." And then somebody came in and said enough guardians and stopped them with some kind of floating object and bananas, and then Blackback was enticed by the bananas. He's a big gorilla, so it makes sense. And he stopped to eat the bananas. And Luffy's like, "Wow, this is just like a country of choppers." You know how Luffy's childish in his ways of generalization, things of that nature. And Wanda's sniffing around Luffy just like a regular dog, and she says, "Well, I'll be dismissing them off of the island right now, so there's no need to harm them." And you see Pedro, one of the I guess bigger, more fit looking gorillas in the background, just having a menacing look. And Luffy says and yells, "Everybody retreat." So I'm not sure if they're about to leave Zoe or what's going on here. If they're gonna wind up helping one of them, because it looks like they're in hierarchy where they're being controlled by those gorillas and things which are considered the guardians, I think. And basically, everybody pops out, and Luffy's like, "Wow, I was surrounded." And then we see Law's crew pop up and is like, this is when the true alliance is formed. He's like, yeah, we all heard about the alliance, so we're all in an alliance now. And Luffy's like, yeah, we're in an alliance, and then everybody basically meets each other, confirming the alliance, and everything goes through smoothly. Everybody's happy. And Bepo's like, don't you remember us? We're the ones that helped you back in the big war arc. And Bepo's like, well, no, he's like, yeah, Traw Guy helped me. He was awesome. And Bepo's like, who's Traw Guy? Nobody knows what he's talking about because Luffy don't know how to say Trafalgar. And anyhow, Bepo's like, well, Captain's here, right? He's like, yeah. And then he's like sobbing for the captain. He's like, I'm so happy to see him because it's been so long since they've seen Trafalgar Law. And we cut back to what Robin and them are doing, and there's claw marks all over the buildings, and Zoro points out a big X thing that's like, isn't this a torture device? And Robin, picks up some soup. It's like, this is recent. This must have happened in like the past 2 weeks. Somebody just invaded this island. And then there's like, well, where's Sanji and them? We still don't know yet. And we find out that this country was the Principality of Mamonko. Mamonko, yeah, I'm saying that right. And everything was okay 2 weeks ago. And one of the tribe pops out and says, well, who did this to the island? It wasn't anybody. Like, my first opinion was Blackbeard because it had 3 claws and, you know, a Cerberus fruit. If it would have been true, this would have been a good time to show it off with the mink tribe being so animalistic and things like that. And would have been a good time to display that Blackbeard had the Cerberus fruit if he did have the Cerberus fruit, but there may be a better time. I don't know yet, but this would have been a good one. Um, and she's like, well, the person responsible or the thing responsible for actually destroying this town was Jack. Um, we don't know who Jack is, but if I'm not mistaken, it's the one that's trying to save Doflamingo. Now, I think that's the same name, but it could be him, it could be a different guy. But anyway, Jack is responsible for destroying the town on top of Zoe. And she's like, the elephant shaking, quick, hop on, we'll head to the right, Billy. That's where the right belly. That's where all of your friends are. He's like, oh, cool, Sanji's there. Let's go find him. One is like, no way. Like she knows Sanji or something. Maybe she took out Sanji before, like she said she did, or maybe Sanji is just so much so of royalty that people actually know them in the New World, well, deeper into the New World, before he even makes any waves besides the waves that he's already made. They know him as the prince who ran away or something along those lines. Maybe Sanji is such at such a high level within the world government or the world nobles even that his name is just spread that high because they're obviously probably looking for him if he was a world noble or something along those lines of a runaway prince. They would obviously be looking for him, and the people in the New World closer to the world nobles would actually have flyers and potentially things like that out to actually find him. And basically, that's the end of that chapter. And overall, this chapter was pretty good, guys. I think I'm gonna give it a 8 out of 10. I enjoyed it. We got a lot of information. We didn't get a whole lot of character well, we got plenty of character progression. We didn't get a whole lot of plot progression. We didn't really move anywhere. We just found out that the island is there. It was 2 weeks ago that everybody got messed up and that Captain Jack did it. And that's about all for this chapter, guys. It wasn't anything amazing, but it was still pretty good. Good. So peace.